Finally, Todd. It's time I can cast the game. I feel like the tiger gets unleashed here, and what a match it is. The tiger, exactly.
I got two tigers on this. It's an honor. You know, there's a godfather here at the event from Bulgaria, but let's be real. There's only one real godfather of Warcraft, and it's an honor to be casting with you. Great job with the events. I wanted to say this. I fancy myself a tournament organizer at times, but this is definitely a bit next level. And yeah, really been enjoying it and casting as well. And we've got another great match here coming up. Starbuck, there's so many options here. Like he can random 4 different races and so many different scenarios from there. It's so difficult, I feel like, for him to pick out in advance what he has to do, because he has to fully anticipate what Soin's going to do. And Soin, you know, they touched on it. He could be Blade Master as well.
This would be pretty sick. So, okay, we'll see when the game starts what Starbuck is gonna do, and we'll see right away, I guess. Oh man, what a match for Starbuck this is. This might very well be his first stage match ever, at least in Warcraft 3.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, actually. Especially a guy like him. He's such a showman, capable of playing all 4 races very, very well. He randoms Undeads, which I think is a bit of bad news, because that should be one of the trickier matchups. But if he's able to anticipate what he's facing very well, and he picks his strategy accordingly, which in this case is a Crypt Lord Ghoul build, we've seen him make crazy things happen. Remember when he played one of my tag teams and he played against Moon, and he fast expanded on Tidehunters and then went double Crypt in anticipation of the Master 1 and won that, and then he almost beat Moon randoming Night Elf in Night Elf Mirror on the Conceal Hill. That was insane. And it's a Blade Master in this case, which it can be tricky to counter Crypt Lord Expo with Blade Master. If we remember, most orcs, they would prefer, I think, going into Farseer Headhunter. That's the much easier scenario. But with Blade, it's still possible. Then, you know, I guess you're going to take to tier 3 and set up your own expo with the tiny, eventually play Tri-Hero, maybe Walkers.
Oh man, let's maybe introduce these players a little bit. On the right-hand side, Starbuck, as you said, randoming Undead with a fast expansion, as it seems. The town portal is gone already. Very solid day for him already. Took a map off of Sock, if I'm not mistaken, and then won his next game as well. So he's in the competition. Soin lost his first match to Lawlight, but then on stage looking really good versus Sock. So both in the race for the top 3, and whoever wins here might be favored to advance to tomorrow.
Yeah, actually, he could have won 2-1 for sure against Sock. I think that Netherite game could have gone either way. It was very competitive for a long time. I wonder, going into this game, what percentage Starbuck thought this could be a Blade Master and picked his build accordingly here. I think on Echo Isle, it's always been known that, you know, Blade Master is one of the top picks, and Soin has been known. Actually, he played the Back to Warcraft Weekly yesterday, it was, and he played against Lawlight. And Lawlight played random, and in one of the games, Soin went Blade Master. I don't remember exactly what map it was. Starbuck probably paid attention to this. You always want to study, you know, the recent match history of your opponents here before a match, some of their VODs as well. And he should be able to pull off that expansion pretty easily here, in which case, after that, he has a lot of potential to make things work in his favor.
Okay, let's see if the Blade Master does the job. If we see the big red numbers, we got a claw from the marketplace already. Starbuck wants to creep a little further to get Beetles 2, Impale 2. We'll see about that. We see this Blade Master play against Night Elf a lot, where he just hacks and slays in the Entangled Gold Mine. This time a Haunted Gold Mine, but probably the same result.
Yeah, actually, he's going to be able to get the snipe on this. Starbuck just, I think he's going to have to cancel in a second. He already did.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big delay. Soin's already taken. And Undead Tier 1, you all know it, has no anti-air. So an all-in is definitely possible for Soin.
Ooh, that grunts. Far away enough that it's probably safe already. Starbuck needs to stay in the area now. He needs to make sure that one Haunted Goldmine goes up. He's getting the 5th Acolyte right now. He's immediately going to attack after this as soon as that happens. On the other side, Soin, let's see what second hero it is. Is it a Shadow? Does he tech straight to tier 3, which is also very common here?
Yeah, he has to make a decision now. He's not super close to the tavern, so no Fire Lord all in, which doesn't really go well with a Blade Master anyway. Blade Master TC?
Yeah.
Yeah?
To have some mobility, and I don't know between Shockwave and Stomp here actually exactly what he would go into.
Yeah, Soin has a sick build versus human where he destroys basically everything with Shockwave, but that is of course paired with the Farseer in that case. If he just wants to go for the buildings and maybe for Beetles and Skeletons, Shockwave might be good.
I think maybe because he cancelled the gold mine like pretty late into his building, he understands how late the tech of Starbuck is going to be, and he's going to go 1-1-1. He goes Totem and Bestiary. So he's going to make Walkers to counter the Crypt Lord. He's going to add Raiders to take complete map control. And we saw earlier what he made happen against Sok. I mean, that was incredible. He had perfect decision-making on what camps to go, when to creep, when to be aggressive.
Wow, this is really, really nice play by Soin. He makes so much work with just the Blade Master, kills the Shadow Priest. Massive experience. He barely did creep anything, and he's level 3.1 with a solid inventory as well. TC is out, waiting for the tech to unfold, and Starbuck only now the 6-minute mark, starting the tier 2, but he has the echo advantage from this moment on.
Yeah, Starbuck pretty much knows that right now is when the TC is going to be creeping, so he's going to be putting on some counter-aggression, maybe trying to force Soin back home before he would have crept the expansion, because then there cannot be a counter-expansion in this case, because he's going tier 2. And he gets a full surround or close to it on that burrow. That's going to be a quick snipe. Can he move on to the next one? Does he try and target the peons? Probably can't get too many of them. It's forcing the Blade Master back.
Okay, there's no town portal. There's no town portal on Starbuck. He might get trapped here. Staff could be ready. I'm not too sure. He staffed in. That was a nice play. Almost all in by Starbuck here. He can't suffer too many losses. He keeps Soin supply block. If he gets this burrow, this is great for him.
He won't, I think.
He won't? Maybe new Beetles? We'll see. Oh boy, that Crypt Lord is trapped with the Blade, who's powerful. We see the numbers, and the peon repair is working out pretty well. There's 40 seconds on the staff. How is he supposed to get out?
Yeah, I don't think he can. If the Blade Master gets back in position... Oh, he can't wiggle out of there. It's a disaster. Starbuck is going to lose everything. The burrow leaves. Oh, no. And Soin is being fed so much experience. Saves the Spirit Walker at the last second here with their ethereal form. Beetles are running for their lives.
Ow, 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 that hurt. Starbuck stays in the game. He knows how important this is. He got a lot of gold, but no lumber. He can't even start the revive on the Crypt Lord. Can't get him back from the tavern either. He has nothing to work with currently. 17 supply. I think 10 supply is Acolytes alone. There's nothing left.
Well, he has the gold to restart his hero, but does he still have an altar? He's going to revive, I'm guessing. So he's maybe waiting for the woods.
Yeah, I think he... Yeah. Exactly. For the Tavern Revive, you need that. Acolytes under pressure once again, wants to get into the shadow of the Narrow to make it easier to maneuver them around. Can replace them now. It's not the end of the world, but Starbuck needs a miracle from this moment on.
Yeah, War Mill being added on now for Soin, so he can at least add one single Kodo, maybe go for Fortified down there. He's lost a lot of lumber here to this attack, and now Beetle's still going to be very annoying. With all of those low HP peons, if he can eventually score some kills on them, that would be pretty amazing for Starbuck. His expansion and economy was mostly undisturbed here for a very long time, up until this Blade Master finally showed up, but even killing some Acolytes here, I mean, that can be replaced easily with the Necropolis.
Yeah, gold was not the issue for Starbuck throughout the game, but everything else was, basically. Tier 2 unfolds, DK comes out, as is the norm. DC also level 3 already. Quite a progress for the Bull.
Yeah, I wonder what units for Starbuck. Against Blade, it's kind of common to add some Banshees eventually, but that's mostly with more conventional styles, you know, like Death Knight or maybe even Lich first. With Crypt Lords, maybe if there was no Walkers, Necromancers could be an option, but it's really like a pocket strategy that very few people would ever do. Maybe Starbuck would be one of those guys. So if he wants to play fully standard, I guess he can just keep adding some Fiends, get to 50 supply, tech to tier 3, add a Lich with Orb eventually, and then just get like a lot of Fiends, couple statues, and then add Destroyers.
Yeah, he might need that against the Spirit Link. You definitely need this spell. Useful. And here's the counter expansion for Soin.
At breakfast this morning, there was a couple guys spamming Dispel.
Oh no, the slaughterhouse got cancelled. No statues here. When it rains, it pours for Starbuck. The powerful beetles are getting dispelled. It is Shockwave after all on level 2, which is working great against buildings. And from start to finish, this is just a clinic for Soin.
I think he needs to target the Raiders, or the Raider in this case, because that's what dies pretty quick. But he went for the Blade Master to try and force Soin back as soon as possible. Soin not overextending, did lose the units. Beetles finding some damage on the other side here.
Okay. Can we talk about the guts of Starbuck real quick? Like, this is his first big offline event. He was at Experion and won that immediately, but there was not on the stage.
Yeah,
not in
he only played terrible players there, I heard.
You were one of them, I guess. He won that okay, but then he moves onto the stage for the first time in forever, and he randoms against one of the strongest players in this group. Like, the balls on this guy, incredible.
He needs to move back to make sure he defends there. So he's being very aggro. I think he can see there is not much mana and barely any units for Starbuck, so he's like, alright, I'll just keep on being aggressive. Shockwave is gonna get the snipe on that Ziggurat here.
It's mass murder. Was Starbuck ever over 30? Maybe now for the first time. So, and I guess he wanted to play it a little more aggressively originally, but then was stopped in his tracks thanks to the little run by, which was rewarded with a hero kill. Hero levels for Soin look incredible. Supply is looking good. He's catching up in economy. Muddy makes an appearance. Give it up for Muddy, everybody.
Well, for the last 2 seconds of his life, you can make some noise for Muddy, yeah, I guess.
Rip, indeed. The damage type is kind of nice with all the skeletons and beetles. Now fiends are coming in, but everything takes so long. He wants this berserker. He needs to level.
Can he get it? Yeah, it's a pretty good surround, actually. DK needs level 2 really bad here.
Yeah.
And so he needs to not overextend. I think it's probably a good time now to start pulling back, start using some clarities, and maybe start creeping, you know, elsewhere. That 12 o'clock camp, the marketplace, I think, is one of the more important ones to try and secure. But he seems to, he bought a scroll and he just wants to keep going. I think he can see how Starbuck barely has any units. He doesn't have statues yet. Oh, he just got the first one finally. But yeah, look at his army. It looks just sad against what Soin has.
I was about to point this out, man. The cancel on the slaughterhouse at the bottom was so important because after this fight, if there's a statue, then of course he has mana in almost no time. That's not the case here, and if you have no impale or beetles or coils to work with, this fight is gonna be rough. And Raiders, man, they're pillaging this base, or continue to pillage this base. More and more mercenaries are fodder for Soin, who has a very nice dinner with Starbuck units here.
And Soin is really not losing much. There's just not enough damage here. Beetles, they're one of the main things that maybe could help Starbuck, but Walkers counted them so perfectly. Ooh. Huge crits on the Berserker here. And those Orc heroes, they're the only ones leveling. That DK has been stuck on level 1 the entire game.
Oh my god. Soin destroys Starbuck. He has to retreat soon, I guess, but he has a speed scroll and no control in Starbuck's army at all. The statues are gone again. It feels like Soin is just pointing at the units of Starbuck and they immediately die. Now maybe a chance for hero kill, but level 1 coil doesn't do much damage at all. So you have to recover, you have to re-establish this economy, repair everything, build or rebuild an army for the 3rd time or something. And in the meantime, Soin is just feeling himself.
That would be a really bad loss to suffer here for Starbuck. If you were to lose this, it would put him in a must-win situation against Lawlions. And yeah, good luck
with that, man. Lawlions so far pretty much flawless, even though he lost the map to Soin, which was maybe not that to be expected. But yeah, Lawlion the favorite in this group, that's for sure. Pillage is coming finally. Missed out on a little bit of gold there, but it's not the end of the world because of the two-base situation. 20 supply lead. This DK is level 1.8 forever. That's the effect of Spirit Link right there.
I don't say this very often in Warcraft 3 game, but look at the supply. 60 against 41. And so it's just relentless. I think he knows that there is not many camps nearby to creep, and the DK will have to go far to creep anything. So he's like, all right, well, he's not there. I'm just going to show up, Shockwave, another Ziggurat, kill it. And then this army is so massive. You don't even need any healing scroll, seems like. He's not even going back to the shop. He's like, I got enough.
I got a few heal selves, that's fine. So now, Soin's getting further and further ahead. It feels like it's just a matter of time until we call this game GG. From front to back, start to finish, this is the Soin show. This is the Shockwave, and this is a 2 versus 1 base advantage for the Korean, leaving Starbuck absolutely no chance anymore.
Yeah, he has 2 fiends. He has 2 fiends to try and fight. Lichfan is there with the orb. And he's probably shouting at the rest of the army. He's like, where is the damage? What are you guys doing? Wake up, you apes!
You and your apes who do it. I mean, the Blade Master's like, it's just a force. This was fantastic play by Soin. Maybe that is a pocket strategy he has prepared here, but he didn't even know that Starbuck is undead, so curious about that. Now it's time to recover a little bit, and I like that. Soin not getting too greedy, not forcing the issue. He knows exactly how far ahead he is, and one of your former colleagues, as he says, if you're ahead, just get further ahead.
Yeah, that's a smart way to play it. He pulls back just a little bit to creep the TC closer to level 5 just before going. I mean, he knows the Expo. He's not mining for a while here, so it makes sense to go and creep a little bit himself. But let's be honest, if he attacks that Expo, the game will be over in the next fight.
Yeah. Oh, he has to stop that Blade Master again, who's close to level 5. And he's cancelling that expansion for the 3rd time. Mana management, excellent. Item and shop control, excellent. Leaving Starbuck no chance. I mean, you probably of all people know the best how dreadful a Tri-Hero Undead combo can be, but not with these levels.
Yeah. DK needs 3 at least. He's getting close, to be honest. Starbuck finds True Shot, which is nice, but he doesn't really have much of an army for it to really be able to kick in. Blade even chasing some statues here.
Of course, of course. He doesn't even have an orb yet because tier 3 is not unfolding, so this isn't even Soin's final form.
He went crit 3, by the way.
Just to please me, as I'm a big red number aficionado.
Actually, can we see the hero damage thing?
We probably can't see the hero damage. Must be off the rails for the Blade Master, I imagine. There we go.
Oh my. It's a cheeky 10,000. Wait, is that more than every other heroes together?
The TC, though, right up there.
Yeah.
These heroes did 20,000 damage combined with crit and shockwave and right click.
Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, this army looks very scary right now. He don't have any upgrades in terms of attack or defense, but I don't think it matters too much. He counters the Creep Lord really well with the Walkers. And yeah, there is no Destroy yet. Destroy form's about to finish, so Spirit Link is still very effective as well.
So late, this Destroy upgrade. 17 minutes in. And heavy artillery, level 3 shockwave is insane.
The statues are hiding. They don't want a piece of this.
I would hide from these hero combos as well. 2 destroyers up in the air. That's the classic German undead destroyer bust, I guess. All on the Blade Master, all on the heroes, but is there even hope? Invo Potion forced immediately, the Crypt Lord on the receiving end. There is coils ready, but okay, now level 2, finally. Impel on the Blade, the Hail Mary is on, Nova 2, but Blade Master just hides in the shadows. But Starbuck, yeah, 50 pop, the towers are helping, the Blight is helping, everything is kind of slowed. What?
No way. If he had a shop here as well, mana potions will be insane. Oh my god, if he can buy more time, he just needs to reinforce this expo and hold.
Wait, how did this happen?
Undead Tri-Hero, bro. Call it, Soin, it feels like he's lacking clarities, maybe, to have enough mana, particularly on his TC, but now he has a mana pot. And he's gonna go, it's Shockwave 3, he's got quite a few of them. Starbuck needs his shop really bad. Yeah, okay, 2 mana potions on the Creep Lord, there it is. And he needs to chain Impel. The problem is that he's so far from 5. If he would get Creep Lord 5, actually, that'd be the dream. He moved out! No.
No way.
You need to sit at your expo, Starbuck.
Yes. Okay.
He's been attacking the entire game. Of course, he's gonna attack again. Where are you going, man?
Rinse and repeat, indeed. Here we go, Starbuck. This position could be really wonky. We got an Orb of Lightning now on the Blade Master, so even more damage. Very, very well equipped, and of course, it triggers the procs always against destroyers. And oh my god, look at this destroyer going down.
Going multiple Destro might be really good here, though, because there's not that many headhunters. There's not much that counter air units.
Starbuck so smart, man, thinking 2 to 3 minutes ahead of us, but the damage output with the Blade Master who can now... Oh! All hands in the air, this was insane! Destro survives thanks to that. And this hero combo is rather fragile. You don't have View Wave. Creeplord has a staff. Can he get another coil? Doesn't look like it. Impale last second, but that should be it. Oh my god, so close. And now the big damage dealer is gone.
Such a shame. I think he overchased a little bit.
224, GG! And that is a game for Soin, man. Super great early game, super great mid game, little shaky in the late game, but at least he carries it over the finish line.
That first cancel played a big role. I think maybe Starbuck should have tried and done better with the few beetles. You saw the angle that Soin was coming in, by the way. He didn't go straight from like the bottom side of the map on his sides to Starbucks Expo. He went through the center, that Murloc camp right above. So I think he might have gone through the one alley that maybe Starbuck wasn't scouting so well. And then once you get the first cancel on the Haunted Gold Mine, when it's that far along, you just delay everything so much for the Undeads. Starbuck wasn't in position. If he had seen this coming and he had been in position, let's say even if he had a dust, for example, in particular, we're looking at a different game. If that Gold Mine survives, then he can start his creeping. He has one Nerub up, and it's a totally different game. So great snipe, and then from there, great adjustment. I think maybe if he hadn't gotten that, maybe he would have played the tier 3 style.
Maybe. So next map, pretty unpredictable, I would say, since we don't know the matchup at all. But not only Starbuck showing some guts here by going random, also Soin, Blade Master, TC, what a fragile combo. Yeah. No heal wave at all, no disable, no stomp, no hex with that build. That's not something you see every day, so he's in for some cheeky plays as well today.
I hope Starbuck randoms human. Because
you always want to see the human games.
No. Well, yeah, but not here, not in particular. But actually, he's been playing quite a bit of human on ladder. He has like very high MMR, and he sent me replays. Like he beats a lot of very sick orcs. He beat like Lin, a bunch of games against Frenzies. Like he beat a lot of, I think, Xiaokai. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, send me those. I'm losing to all these guys. Send me replays, and then he sent them to me, and I think he knows how to play the matchup very well. He really understands it. Also being an orc player against humans, so I would love to see that. 1 chance in 4, you know.
Exactly, 25% chance for Starbuck. It was a little unlucky because we all know, of course, how great Soin is versus Undead in particular. I mean, he started to do better against human with that shockwave build that we've seen, but he killed Happy in the War 3 Champions Finals, and that is that's not normal. But okay, we roll the dice, Todd. You said it here on map 2.
Yeah, Soin is also really good. Against human, that's the thing. What's his weaker matchup? It's supposed to be Elf, but he went toe-to-toe with Lolliot.
Exactly, and he is randoming Elf, Dr. Bucky with Night Elf. Soin absolutely hates to play against Night Elf. Yep, he took a map against Lolliot, so maybe that's getting better, but that is by far his least favorite matchup. We have a lot of complaints, of course, about Orc versus Night Elf, the matchup, and that is, what? Okay, I was about to transition into that because of the Keeper. We will see a lot of Entangle, but Demon Hunter first. Is Starbuck playing Talons?
Yeah, I was going to talk about this. Like, there is some random players, they're very gimmicky. Whenever they play a match, and depending on what they're random, they try to anticipate what the opponent's going to do, and then they do something very unique. And because they play random, you don't really know their style, and then it's very hard to react to how they play. But I feel like one of Starbuck's biggest strengths is that he's also capable of playing standard meta. So it's like all over the place. When you play against his random, you're not even just trying to think what he's going to do as random. You're like, okay, well, is he going to play standard or is he going to do like a pocket strategy? And in this case, going Demon Hunter, it seems out of the ordinary because we're so used to seeing that Keeper, you know, mass hunt archer style as being the main meta in the matchup. But I think it's one of those things where he's truly going to understand as well, like what he needs to do to counter what Soin does, whether he goes Farseer or Blade here, which in this case is a Blade Master again.
And I think that's really, really good because a Farseer against Night Elf doesn't really work that way. You have Wisps to detonate the Wolves, and then later on, I mean, you can use Chain Lightning a little bit here and there, but Blade Master definitely the better choice in all regards.
I wonder if the Blade Master is a power move by Soin to say you play random, but you're more of like a new generation player as well who maybe won't be as familiar on how to play against Blades, whereas I will be.
True. And yeah, you saw sick Blade Master control starting off well with the Claw. Windwalk gets the last bit of experience here. Level 1.5 already. Wait, the Claw was stolen.
No, he got it on his side.
He got it before. Okay, yeah.
Across. Hunter's Soul on the way. Can you get the last hit? Oh, nope. That little axe, man.
Wait, he's playing Demon Hunter into Hunts?
Yeah.
Why? How? What?
I think he just doesn't want to pump out a lot of archers. So basically what this tells us is that instead of playing a Demon Archer into Talons, he's going to make some hunts probably first and then go into Lores, is my guess. Maybe with a Panda second as well. Because then you might have burned the Shadow Hunter, which you assume will be there. And what's keeping everything alive against the Panda?
Exactly. Nothing. Maybe heal scrolls if you got good chop control, but so far so good. Calm before the next storm. Blade Master roaming a little bit. Good control so far, but yeah, a little unlucky maybe by Starbuck to get his, or not orc or human, his basically main race, and it is Hunts indeed. Soin sees everything. This peon definitely paid off. And now we got some creeping. Ring of Superiority, the unique item on this map. Blade Master's around, but a little bit too late, but never too late to do some damage.
The item that Remo was born with in his inventory.
At least he feels like it, for sure.
I'm just kidding, Remo.
Are you though?
Am I?
Are you though?
Ultra Vision already on the way. Really nice at this timing too, because like for the rest of the night, you're going to be able to sometimes stalk the opponent and like get some good engagements. It's common here for like Orc to try and like creep some camps like this one, for example. And then if you're able to creepjack them early, can be very good. But Starbuck actually creeping a little bit more himself. He wants to make sure he gets level 2 ASAP. Maybe start working towards level 3.
Man, if Soin plays a TC here again, that would be nuts, man. What's the TC without mana? Basically a big grunt with an aura. The aura is not bad, of course, but must be Shadowhunter or something from the tavern.
Against Hunter Soul, for sure, you need to go Shadow.
Yeah.
I think if it had been Talent, you still get to choose. Like the old meta will be TC all the time, but sometimes we've seen Shadow. Like Serpent Words are pretty good, even though they give more experience now than they used to.
Yeah, you don't want to feed the Demon Hunter too high. But
he goes 3. Expansion by Starbuck.
Tier 2 Expo.
And immediately after he killed the peon up there, by the way. So that's not gonna be
scouted.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice played. Man, Starbuck is a pretty smart player. Sentry wards help out, of course, a lot. Sees the movement of the Engine of War and anticipate the next creep spot. And almost similar to Turtle Rock, Blade Master's camping the camp on the right-hand side pretty much alone. Raider Walker is the combo again for the Korean.
We've seen Starbuck sometimes play some tier 2 heavy armies with a lot of Dryads. So I wonder if this is what it might be here, where he goes for expansion and he just spams Dryads. Because with this style here, there is no War Mill early on, even though you're supposed to add that eventually to go for Kodo. So if there is no War Mill, then there is no Headhunter, there is no Demolisher. What is going to counter Dryads? You're just going to have Grunts and, Spirit Walkers, I guess. And it's going to be a bit more of a struggle, even though you got Raiders kind of mixed in. So that might be the plan here. Just spam a ton of Dryads. What's second hero, though? I would have expected Panda if he would play tier 3 and Lors, but now it's maybe a bit up in the air.
We'll see in a couple of seconds. He wants it now. He got the resources, and it is the Panda as prophesized by you. Oh, hello. It's Hex first. Demon Hunter might be forced in a town portal here. Doesn't want to lose more units as nighttime is about to end. There was a solid run by.
He's going to creepjack him.
What? Oh, my.
He stayed on purpose with the units. Ultra Vision.
Exactly. What a great upgrade this is, but he had almost no control. This could even backfire for Starbuck.
The creeps in the back are supposed to really annoy Soin. Well, obviously, it's Orc units, so they have a lot of hit points. Almost gets us around. That was so close. He had quite a few more hexes here, so he's going to be able to get some kills. Demon with a deny? No. Oh, he tried.
There is a greater mana potion, so he has Hex for days if he wants to commit, and that's exactly what he's doing. Maybe not anticipated by Starbuck. The Blade Master is running pretty low. There's no heal wave. Both are playing with fire at the 7-minute mark. Goes for another one. Here comes the crit. Oh my god, this Demon Hunter has to run away again. He just comes home, and there he is once more. 100 HP left. You don't want to go mano a mano against this Blade, do you?
86 crit here yet again. And Hex is so dangerous at this stage. You don't even need one more for this Archer here, who's trying to see what's going on in the main, I guess. As a dying wish.
Yeah, I think this was still okay for Starbuck. He lost a lot, but he wanted to rotate out of Hunters anyway. He covered his expansion with this push, and he forced the Potion of Greater Mana before it's like level 2 heal wave or anything. So Soin did get a couple of kills, was leveling a bit with the Shadowhunter, but all in all, this is a way more competitive Starbuck than we had in Game 1.
Yeah, I wonder when Soin is going to be able to read into this. I don't think his words that's towards the main base of Starbuck sees that far. But he probably sees a bunch of Dryads being pumped out. Can we look at the words? Oh, it just expired, I think. Yeah, there was a word in front of the main base of Starbuck. He probably saw a bunch of Dryads run by already. And it's tricky sometimes against this, because like the Dryads will get rid of Spirit Link, they can get rid of Speed Scroll easily, they can get rid of Hex, so pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Their problem is their lack of damage, I guess. So if you're the Orc player here, you really want to get to level 3 quickly, and also you open Hex. So it's not like he can go Heal Wave and Serpent Words. He has to play Hex, and I'm guessing Serpent Words? Whichever one he doesn't get, he's going to be missing, basically, between Heal Wave and Serpent Words.
Yeah, you can make up for Heal Wave a little bit with Heal Scrolls, but you can't make up for the piercing damage of wards, so this might be the choice then. We'll see in a bit. Blade Master was doing quite some damage. Huh?
You see all the Dryads now. He knows what's going on.
Yeah. He still doesn't choose. He's waiting till level 3, and he's counter-expanding. A Dryad run-by might do some damage there, but of course this has to be scouted by Starbuck sooner than later.
Okay, that demon's making me nervous now.
Yep. The Panda as well. He's kind of lucky that the Blade Master only found rings. It is level 2 now, which is a little crowd control. But man, Soin waiting in the wings. Is there a Hex? Is there a follow-up? No, he can't reach. Smart positioning also. Pairing the Demon Hunter with the Dryad, so in case of a creep check, he can always slow down what's coming in.
I think Starbuck should probably go for the Merc camp as next camp, but I think he's worried about the Orc in Soin heading to his expo and sniping that very quickly, especially when he starts having a bunch of raiders like this. So he's gonna stick around. So Soin went for sustainability, basically. He's gonna use Spirit Link, then reuse Spirit Link, force those rights to always be abolishing, and he's gonna have Heal Wave level 2 to work for him. But Serpent Words without them, like, I guess he's counting on his army to just survive and wear down this army of Dryads eventually, because the Dryads don't have that much damage against this already, and now there is Heal Wave level 2 to try and kind of counter the damage that they're going to do.
Okay, but there's
Great
also
cancel.
a sick run by Starbuck. Just intuition, I guess. Level 3. I was about to say, like, Soin is out leveling Starbuck pretty hard. If it's a two-way situation, then there's very, very few chances for the playing Duck. But the movement speed advantage of Dryads, he plays it well. Just got to take care of that Panda who's naked. There's also no staff. He's trying to town portal, Breath of Fire, the crits. He needs a couple, but not enough.
And Neo, even before town portaling, Starbuck broke upkeep. So he knows there's the potential for a counter attack already. I think the move is, he should probably go for the Mercamp, get Panda level 3 and get a town portal, but he starts running across the map. So I think he's anticipating either Soin to go for the right side here or to run to his expo. And he's going to want to buy town portal, make sure that if there's a new expo for Soin, he cancels it. And maybe, I mean, you probably don't want to base race against raiders, but maybe start going onto those burrows to buy more time. I'm starting to wonder whether Soin knows about the expo of Starbuck.
He should have an idea due to timings, but yeah, he's under pressure once again. Starbuck covers this really, really well. Doesn't leave Soin any space to move north because he constantly has to defend. And there's no reinforced defenses, and this is yet another Brooker. Soin is super broke on Lumber as well, as he just built reinforced defenses and the next expansion. So it's not easy to replace. Soin supply blocked now. Starbuck, of course, this is a little, it's getting a little expensive with the town portaling all the time, but he's got an expo. He can cover for it.
Starbuck has so many Dryads already here. This is insane. He has 1/1 upgrades. On the other side, Soin, he still has a town portal. He has double scroll. That blade's quite beefy, by the way. Double ring, or triple ring, I guess, in this case, with the regen one. And he's going to take a fight.
20 supply lead for Starbuck. Can he take it home already? That Panda is not as powerful as he's supposed to be. Level 3 far away, but the Demon Hunter is diving deep for these mana burns who are scary. No mana potion on the Shadow Hunter. Heal Wave is doing a good job. Dryad's not dancing perfectly, but you see the poison damage and the area of effect. Super sick. There is a lot of sustain on Soin's side as well. Demon Hunter in a world of trouble. There is a staff though, and no net to prevent it. Last heal scroll used already. Dryads are suffering. Heroes are leveling, but it's still a big lead at the moment for Starbuck as the Demon Hunter is back.
Yeah, Dryads give quite a bit of experience here. So if all of those Dryads end up dying, that blade, 4.4, if he gets 5, that's going to be crit level 3 yet again, but completely out of mana on the Shadow Hunter. He might have to transfer Town Portal here. If the blade is in danger, speed scrolls out of there.
Peaceful.
Not quick enough with the Abolish, but those get it on 2 of the grunts. Oh, the critter! Scumbag Stag, get out of there!
That was a nice help, and 2 Raiders still very, very hurt. Man, what a return for Starbuck. Another heal scroll ball at the shop, but is that enough sustain? I don't think so. Raiders are falling left, right, and center. The grunt also goes down. The meat is off the table for Soin. And the Blade Master, how's he supposed to save him? Is there a way? This town portal has to work, and he does. But massive, massive, massive losses for Soin. Starbuck still 30 pop ahead. And that expo is not even done for Soin. It's looking great for Dr. Bucky.
The meat's certainly not off the table for Lado, though, I'll tell you that. All right, Starbuck not getting any more upgrades. I think he's been kind of lumber-starved himself. He just made the exact right amount of wisps to be able to mine from the expo and also have enough lumber to keep on producing Dryads, but no more than that. and he's in a great spot now with this huge supply lead. He'll scroll there. Maybe Soin should have tried and crept more. Maybe he shouldn't have been engaging. He was confident in the fight, but maybe a lack of good items as well, like on the blade. I mean, the blades, those 2 rings of protection, you know, like it might seem like I'm hating on the item, but no, like he was not gonna die anyway, I think, in this fight, like when there is Shadow level 3 and that much army.
Expo is up now, and it's really hard to break buildings with only Dryads, but maybe he goes to the lab. Maybe it's time for Sappers. Night Elves love the Sappers. We all love the Sappers, to be honest.
Not the Undeads.
Well, it's kind of fun. I like Sappers.
So usually you're the one getting sappered. That's the thing, though.
Yeah, since I don't play, I don't mind.
That's one way to see it. Can this blade get 5 here? That would be very important.
Yeah, the crits are not that great though. The inventory really lackluster. Maybe Shadow Hunter 5 is more important. Panda, like finally getting level 3 Panda is such a big deal. Also preparing with the mana potion. Oh wow, it's still big. Soin, no upkeep.
Muddy.
Starbuck is muddy, survives with 7. Second time here. 2 heal scrolls for Starbuck. Mana potion, invo potion. What can stop this guy?
It's going to take a hell of a fight here. The shop, the defensive shop here is amazing. He needs to try and keep the Demon Hunter away from the Shadow. That's a bad start. Demon Hunter streams it there. Hex at the last second. He needs to ensnare him. Blade on the other side doing what damage he can to the Dryads that were there. But the Demon sneaking towards the Shadow is trying to stay. Get away from me!
Oh man, there's not even no mana anymore. The Raiders are falling quickly. Starbuck can't sacrifice these Dryads. Muddy is finally falling. The slow on the Blade Master is working superb with 2 sources. More Raiders dead. Soin sticking at 46. Reinforcements are trickling in quickly. Even brought wisps and nice detonates throughout. The Mauler is finally getting a kill. And now we have an Ancient Protector here. This expansion is about to fall, and it should be game for Starbuck.
What a random monster.
Yeah, right.
He randoms against one of the best in the world, goes for an unconventional strategy, and pulls it off beautifully here in map number 2.
I tried to convince the Show Cup runners when the mode still was with like random races. Invite Starbuck,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
so damn good. They didn't listen, but maybe with the big exposure here at the Arcadia World Series, they will finally do it. Panda gets in front. Blade Master has an invo potion, now level 5. He needs 1,000,000 crits to turn this, but Soin's hold not bad so far.
I see, that was 164 here. Starbuck still with so much supply, but it's actually going down a little bit here. Some Dryads are dying. Shadow Hunter used the clarity in front of everything here for a second. Gets close to the shop. Health potion having to be used here. He uses the Invuln as well. Can we get a miracle hold here for Soin?
It's looking so bad. The Panda is tearing everything apart. It's a big barbecue. More and more Headhunters are falling. They don't have the tier 3 upgrade, of course. Can he get some control on the Shadow Hunter? Yes, he does. Ring of Regeneration is helping a little bit. Damage. Oh, there's no mana on the blade anymore. That's the main source of damage. He has to crit his way out, but I don't think that's happening. Breath of Fire on both of the heroes. A little bit of healing coming in. Desperate. Mano Imano. Demon Hunter. Blade Master. Invo potion here. And he's going down. And that's GG. Starbuck puts his name on the plate and it's 1-1.
A very important map win. Not even, like, let's say he loses the series here, still would have a shot at advancing through. And he's still alive here in this series. After a difficult game 1, to be honest, given all things, with the Criplord expansion attempt, played beautifully in this one. And I have to wonder, did Soin know about that expo? Because it kind of felt like maybe he didn't. For us, it's obvious to see everything. We saw how many Dryads were being made, and we're like, all right, well, if you see this much Dryads, it's probably not Bears behind. I think if you would want to go Bears, maybe there'd be a few less Dryads in the first place. But it worked beautifully here. Like the timing, the cancel on the expo by Starbuck, his game understanding is so high, I think, across all matchups and races.
Yeah, I think there was a move by Soin towards the expansion, but that was exactly when Starbuck's first run by or second run by started, and the burrow was under pressure, so he couldn't attack, had to retreat. And afterwards, I don't think there was that much time. Soin wanted to cover his own expansion as a counter to that, and that didn't work because Starbuck's game sense so great. Man, what a horrible game 1, what a beautiful day 2 for possibly the least decorated player that got an invite here or that came here through the qualifier. Everyone else won big titles or Vice World Championships or anything. Starbuck really not that much. We're all in awe because of his ladder performances and clan war performances, but he shows that he has no nerves at all.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, this was like as if it was at home, you know, playing just any game. against one of the best in the biz in Soin. Obviously, you know, Night Elf against Orc, of course, it's supposed to be one of the matchups where maybe you're going to be able to do better. But that's the thing about random. You know, it could be anything. Do we get a third race here? After Undead, after Night Elf,
Human
we're going to find out.
We'll see about that. We are ready for the decider. Game 3, everybody. Hamburg, give it up for Tide Hunters and Soin and Starbuck. We got Night Elf again, Todd.
I don't see him going for same build here, but does he want to play standards? Does he go Demon Hunter, Lores, but then goes Bears?
Oh my. There's definitely some potential. For those who are tuning in late, this is a super important game in the group stage. Both are on a good way for the top 3 that leads to Championship Sunday. Whoever wins here is in a prime position to follow at least 2nd or 3rd after Lawlight, both at 4 points currently. If you get another win on the rankings, man, then we probably see these guys in at least the quarterfinal. And seeing Starbuck advance in a group full of Koreans, that would be quite something.
That would be nuts. I mean, there's 3 Koreans in the group, 3 players advance. You'd expect them to, you know, deliver and do well. To be honest, I thought he had a real, like going into the tournament, he had a real good chance against Sok. But Sok really showed up very well prepared and played amazing and was able to win 2-1 against Starbuck. So after that, I was like, okay, this is looking kind of grim. But now, everything's there to play for sure. And he's going to play against Lawlight later on as well, right? And Starbuck beat Foggy by picking Human and beating him in the qualifiers. So who knows? Anything can happen there.
Exactly. Oh boy, the stakes are so high. And when it's so decisive, we have to get the Keeper of the Grove, and that's exactly what we have. Nice item with the circlet. So yeah, no Demon Hunter Dryads, basic more the norm. And Blade Master also. This might be the first standard meta game that we see in this series.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit early to say that because anything could happen, but that would be a great way, I think, to go about playing this game for Starbuck is to play, or at least in the first place, make it look like he's playing standard. Then maybe from there, from tier 2, we can start mixing in something different.
It is a tech early on, more archers to support him, and the Keeper is going super aggressive. This creep route lines up nicely. If you get a kill somewhere, then you have Treants and Entangle. But he wants to prevent this burrow. Maybe, no, go straight for the gold.
Oh, the burrow is too far.
Oh,
the burrow doesn't reach. No.
Starbuck sees it immediately. What a mistake by Soin. Didn't anticipate this little run by. And this is just like a tiny move in the beginning, but it has such a ripple effect on everything.
You get to deny. Slap. Boom. Headshot.
A second one? Oh no. My blade thirst. He's trying to get the second burrow up. This could eventually prevent the second hero. Oh, sneaky.
Why is he starting it in front of him? Stop it.
I think he wanted to block him and lock him in.
Oh my god. Disaster. He lost quite a few resources. Look at the number of Soin. He was all gone here for a second. Of course, if you do this as Starbuck, you're giving up creeping to level 3 quickly and then entangling those grunts steadily later on. War Mill starts for Soin here.
Okay, seems like he has a solid idea. Maybe it's just to catch up with Lumber as he has some gold currently. He can't build anything else anyway, right? Because the burrow is still far from finishing.
Maybe eventually a tower rush, like many options.
Ooh, oh yeah, true. That's something Starbuck likes to play when it's reversed races. Blade Master stealing Magpie, trying to interrupt the creeping, but there ain't no creeping. It's full throttle, and once again,
he can kill the peon.
Into the peon line. Oh, saves him into a burrow. But we do have level 2. We do have Entangle, and of course more Treants. This burrow goes down again.
What is he creeping with? Just archers, or did he send Treants?
Yeah, just archers.
Lol.
Very fat.
And they said militia was good.
He will have Moonwells, of course, which he will use for the Keeper too, so it's not that easy to heal up the archers, but I guess it's an even share, right? The right-hand side Moonwells go to the Keeper, the other one goes to the archer. Nice.
So here's the thing. There is no expo for Starbuck. If he wants to play standard, usually like you'd have thrown down an expo here already, and then that's when you go for alchemy second, you get the second enchant of war, but there's none of that. Yeah. Does he maybe play Lores here? Because of the lead that is accrued as well by sniping those Those burrows which are delaying greatly the second hero. Look at this. He had to wait the whole time. There we go.
Shadow Punch. Blade Master missing the creep spot because Starbuck is all the way on the high ground. He just simply didn't see it. He's looking for the lores, which we are seeing. I thought maybe for a second do we see mass archers with tier 3 and some orbs maybe. But no, it's supposed to be lores. It's a Demon Hunter second against the Blade and Shadow Hunter. Solid creeping for the Keeper. Got a belt, which is not ideal. This is level 3, isn't it?
Yeah. Assuming he gets all creeps and there is no deny, which there shouldn't be. And yeah, Blade Master, this is not just to harass a little bit and be annoying. He wanted to see what tech there was. Yeah. He saw that there was a lore, cancelled it. But the other one is being made a little bit further on the left here, which will leave it more exposed later on.
Okay, so tech-wise, we're almost neck and neck. Soin has no lumber for the second tech building. Starbuck was threatened by the Blade Master, so he couldn't build the second lore up until now. Oh, even the second heroes pretty much joined at the same time. Oh, Blade Master, he found something on the left-hand side.
I have to entangle.
I think so. This is a cancel, isn't it?
Can he get this? I mean, he's going to get entangled again shortly.
That's a lot of mana. He doesn't have mana for entangle currently. Oh, that's so big. Second entangle. It's just not enough damage. Needs to heal at the Moonwells. One item still on the ground. Oh, man.
Can he save that? Get Wisps in position. Entangle now. Where is he waiting? He might think this is dead. Or no.
Waiting for the perfect timing. Wisp is in position. He needs to entangle. He needs to entangle now. Waiting for the very, very last second. It's not enough damage. He can't commit if he wants to. There is no second entangle after this one, but he buys just enough time.
I think he wanted to bait him. He wanted to let him believe that he could get the cancel. So he waited. And then he was like, all right, yeah, go ahead, you can get the cancel. And then he brought the Wisp sometime, got the entangle on time, and chases the Blade away, who committed and now has to heal for a very long time. So that means no pressure.
I can only commend Starbuck so much, man. This guy, Nerves of Steel, shows it throughout the entire series and probably further. Blade Master still trying to find some kills, but it's relatively wasted time. He's not leveling, and in the late game, he will require high-level crit. He ain't getting there. Big mana potion for Starbuck. Usually not the greatest on a Demon Hunter, but he will pass it over to the Keeper, and he makes great use of that item, especially since Moon Juice should be empty at the start of daytime.
Yeah, there's no tier 3 for Starbuck, so it's just Mass Dryads again, this time without expansion, and the big adjustment from Soin is that he's playing Serpent Words. There's not going to be any useless Hex in the fight here.
Blade. Is he just dead? He's trying! Oh, he saves himself into Windwalk, and there was no reveal.
But he has a dust.
He has a dust.
Did he miss?
Now.
Oh my god.
Oh, he missed twice, I guess. So sick. Can he reveal? Did he send something to the lab? I don't think so. Doesn't want to pursue this further. Whoa, Soin dodged a massive bullet there.
Yeah, this is not one of those Orc against Elf where they're both creeping casually and then eventually we see one big clash. There's just action all over the place. Soin really trying to be proactive, as proactive as he can with the blades. And Starbuck so far defending beautifully. And now it seems like Starbuck's the one that wants to fight. Soin's the one running.
He's ready, apparently. Attack upgrade for the Dryads. Dispel is ready. That's the timing. Maybe anticipating another building at the 12 o'clock, but there ain't none. So he's pulling back, and there's a juicy marketplace up for grabs.
Yeah, getting Demon 3 before the next fight would be amazing. He's getting pretty close here, 2.7 on him. Creator mana is pretty amazing to have on the Keeper here, by the way.
Oh, yeah. No Dispel up until now. He's not playing Shaman as he usually would against Night Elf, but it's Walkers once again, so Dispel takes a lot of time, and then it's also very limited due to the mana it takes and the number of Walkers you have.
I think it's because he saw lore, so he said, okay, well, if you go Bears, then it's better to go for Walkers than Shamans, because, you know, they do way more damage, Spirit Link is going to be good, and then that's when you add like a couple Kodos as well, but Starbuck keeps flipping the script. He keeps changing what he's doing. This is what I was talking about before. You know, like it looked standard, but then on tier 2, then it wasn't anymore. He went lore, he went Demon Hunter second, and now he's expanding.
Okay, will that work? Can he cover this once again with the run by? We'll see about that. Vampiric Aura for Soin. Usually not the greatest item for Orcs anymore, as they play so many Headhunters and Shaman, and little is melee. But this is the old school Orc style with Blade Master, Raider, Grunts. Everything is melee, basically. This item once again becomes fantastic. In combination with Heal Wave and Spirit Link, this is great. Starbuck looking for more consumables. It feels like he's very confident.
Yeah, kind of unlucky to get a Scroll of the Beast here for him. It's pretty much useless.
We'll force a Dispel at least, or he can sell it for a heal scroll. Is he ready to engage? Poison is spread from all the Murgles as well. Gets the creep check in, but there's also a snake pit established.
Yeah, you need to snipe the snakes manually here because they do too much damage otherwise, and they're also one of the things that gives a lot of experience. So you want to be able to get that ASAP. Demon 3.5 right now. Starbuck kiting back, making sure the Dryads are outside of the range of those Serpent Wards.
Oh my, Starbuck, are you doing it? Soin is losing so much supply. Aiming for the hero focus. There's the staff once again. It's Keepercraft all over Tidehunters. So many entangles. This was like 3 entry kills in 5 seconds. Soin dipping below 40. And the expansion is covered for Starbuck. All he has to do is figure out that Soin has a counter expansion coming out, cancel it, and then it's his game for sure.
And he has a Wisp there. He might already know. I don't know if he checked. Yeah, Starbucks Expo just finished, so it's way earlier. You can start saturating that. Spam more Dryads. There's still no tier 3 on the way. But he has +2 attack on the way. Those Dryads are going to hurt.
This is such a massive opportunity for the playing duck participant. Can Soin recover from this? In his least favorite matchup. Entangle this up. He has Raider. He can, with a run-by, kill this in second as there's no Nature's Blessing to protect it. And maybe that's exactly what he's going for now.
It's kind of hard to pick where to put the Serpent Wards. You kind of want to put them immediately behind your army, but if you make them too far forward, they die, and if you make them too far backwards, they don't even attack. Or like they attack whatever's at the front, which is not the Dryads.
Town portal home. He has to hold this. Repair is ready. Is it enough? No town portal, just a speed scroll for Soin. Has to take the fight. Reinforcements are still trickling in. There's no big mana potion in this fight for Starbuck. Demon Hunter under so much pressure. He has the belt, he has the staff, so he can be safe. Entangle on the Blade Master was once again no mana. Raiders are falling rather quickly. Was the last consumable on the side of Soin, and yeah, the crowd control and siege damage is taking out, but he still pursues this further. Whoopsie, Walker, that was unnecessary. Level 4 Demon Hunter is looking better and better and better if he fights the snakes well. Starbuck holds.
Look at the Serpent Ward placement. He puts them in a line so that whatever comes in is like really hard to snipe them. They're all attacking, kind of like towers will be if you clump them up.
Oh, Demon Hunter's coming back in. Tree about to fall. There's constant damage. But of course the evasion. The Demon Hunter is so super duper tanky. But it feels like Soin is clawing back into this game. Of course, no chance. Oh, I think he denied that. No chance against Entangle here.
Starbuck needs some Wisp from the main. By the way, this Expo hasn't been mining the whole time. It's being repaired, so it's cost more money than it's made so far.
Keeper close to 4. This Demon Hunter is tanking like a boss. The mischance is absurd. Blade Master once again.
He has Ank.
Melee.
He has Ank on the blade.
Uses it as a little bit of a bait as well. But whenever a Raider is moving forward, he's just dead. The Concave of Dryad's beautiful.
Maybe there's a few more archers. South being cancelled. Does he want to trigger? It's so hard to pick right now because like literally the whole series depends on that. Does he want to sacrifice the Ank, let it go through, and then try and break this Expo? Or does he pull out and play it safer? He's going to play it safe and pull back. Actually, he felt like that wasn't the correct call here to lose that now. Maybe he wants to make sure he gets Blade 4 and Shadow 4 first before they fight again. And especially he has... When you have no mana on your heroes anymore, that's usually when you want to start pulling back and, you know, regroup and go again. But in the case of Starbuck, a lot of his army is really low as well.
Yeah, both have to recover a little bit. Starbuck's expansion finally paying off. Soin's expansion also established. These guys put on a hell of a show here in the middle of Group A. Nobody is giving up. Starbuck, of course, knows about this expansion. Maybe missed an opportunity to build an AP or an engine of war, but there were never really resources because of all the repair. Now he's trying to establish a shop with a lot of hurt Dryads, but that will change in a second as Keeper and Demon Hunter bring 2 heal scrolls.
Yeah, double scroll is huge here. He's going to use one of those immediately here to make sure his army is healthy going into the fight. Soin, is he sacking the Expo? Yeah, he has no town portal.
Yeah, Starbuck has no town portal either.
No, he's not. He's going to buy one now and TP in, I think.
Is he?
Yeah, he's headed for the merchant. Okay. Unless he wants to kill the Expo.
Treants, if they attack the Expo now, it's probably dead. He's going for a counter.
Yeah, he's countering.
Yeah, because there's no TP on Starbuck, so I guess we have to buckle up for a base race.
What the?
This game is so weird, Todd.
Yeah. And the tree wasn't even repaired on the Expo. He can drain a lot of the mana here. Okay, nice and snares.
Okay, we're down to one base.
Oh, if the Wisps had connected on the Walkers plus the Shadow, that would have been amazing for Starbuck here.
Okay, more Dryads. Both stay on tier 2 as well. Rare in these days. Oh, that's a big pickup for free. This Raider not even using a spell. Now the Demon Hunter up front in that choke. A lot of these Dryads might be protected.
Pillage on the way, disenchant on all those treants here. Demon can get staffed out and then staffed back in if he wants to. The Blade going ham, 129 damage, 135. He's landing crits left and right.
Oh my god, yeah, he needs these crits. He's entangled once again. He has now mana for a Windwalk. Can this Blade Master be stopped? Crits into a miss! The passives of these two heroes, man, countering each other quite nicely. We have a lot of Headhunters here. Another counter versus Dryads. It feels like Starbuck, the late game might not be his. If he sticks with the Dryads, he has to get something done now.
He still has one healing scroll. There is none for Soin. But Soin has the mana pendant, by the way. So if he starts getting some mana potions, it's going to be a lot of mana he can get. But as I say that, he loses his shop here.
Going for the Demon Hunter again. Staff is on cooldown for a couple more seconds, so he has to sacrifice the heal scroll just for the... He misses another crit! That's the second in just a couple of seconds. Once more, Raiders are falling. He's spreading the poison of the Dryad so well. Crit for 144. Gotta be careful. Demon Hunter out of that fight. Will be back in a second, with the hero focus just switching towards the Keeper. And once again, he has no TP. Soin smelling blood in the water, but he throws the kitchen sink only at the heroes. And the army is suffering big time.
Soin mixed in so many Headhunters. I think he had like 5 into this army, so they really went to town on those Dryads, sniped a lot of them. We see those hero levels on both sides getting so close to level 5s. It's 4.7 and 4.8 against 4.8 and 4.8. Those level 5s, so key for either player here. And one more Raider will fall here in a second, unless he can deny. Oh, that could have been a deny.
What the hell? The Keeper is so exposed, man. How? I'm so worried for Starbuck's heroes. Will there be an interception? Maybe. Another Dryad falling, both close to 50, and the dust settles. We're approaching the 17-minute mark, man, and what a hell of a ride this has been.
How much gold is left in both gold mines? I think Starbuck could get Nature's Blessing soon and then move that over. He has 3.4k, so it's still a decent amount. Goes to show how much they've been fighting. You know?
Okay, more creeping. That's level 5 Demon. Level 3. Or is it? No, because the Keeper was soaking up experience. There is more Water Elementals, so this should be it then. On the other side, another creep spot for Soin as well. So 5-5, 5-5.
What does he get? Score of the Beast. Oh, wow, that's kind of annoying to play against, because yes, there is Abolish, but when Dryads are abolishing, they're not attacking here for a few moments. Not the most uncounterable, but yeah.
Okay.
Could have been better. I think a greater mana or greater healing is better here.
Both continue to scout for expansions. Now we got Crit level 3, Serpent Wards level 3. That is such a gigantic damage boost on this hero combo of Soin, but we also got Entangle 3 and Mana Burn 3, so maybe there won't be too many wards, or at least not too many heal waves as well.
Starbuck still... Oh my god.
No way. Run!
Slap!
Yay! What a hero, Piani.
Starbuck just says something out loud as well. He realizes. I think Soin might not have even seen.
Takes it with a smile. All right. Even in this pressure situation, man, still humorous, nice guy to be around, this Starbuck. He's making a lot of fans here at this event, that's for sure.
Tree of Eternity.
Okay, going for bears then.
Oh, he wants to stay at 50, mine out everything that he has, and then make bears, because it wouldn't be expected. There wouldn't be Kodos.
True. Oh my god, these bears can eat this entire army.
But yeah, he doesn't want to overcome into a fight then if he does that,
No.
Soin might be able to kind of... did he anticipate that? Because like he went for the fight. Maybe just because he's 5-5, he felt confident.
Crystal Ball might actually be worth it currently to just scout if there's an expansion, what the movement is, what's happening in the base.
He didn't use it, did he?
I don't think so.
He's just going to engage. Soin wants to fight. He's 5-5. As far as he's concerned, that means it's go time.
It's turning nighttime very, very soon. Once again, so much damage on this Demon Hunter. Evasion pulling off. He also has, oh my god, that crit for 184. Needs an Invo Potion very, very soon. Staffs are ready. The heal wave from the high ground Shadow Hunter. Love that position. Very hard to attack. And Dryads are falling rapidly. Starbuck needs the Moonwell support. Needs the support of his hometown.
Oh, Demon far at the front. The Blades. He still has the Yank. He kept the Yank the whole time. He was so smart, because now that he's 5, if you get that one resurrected, he's going to deal so much damage right off the bat. back into the fight.
Speaking of damage, these headhunters are tearing this army apart. Starbuck trying to reposition into a safer spot.
Oh my god, the line of snakes.
Right? He's leap snaking forward, I guess.
I'm so sick of these snakes.
It feels like Soin is going for the throat now, trying to prevent more upgrades at the Hunter's Hall. Tier 3 is about to be finished. Then we get an orb. If this Tier 3 for Starbuck finishes, this changes everything.
I mean, ideally, would have loved to make it to bears.
Yeah.
I think here, even just a couple bears. But this army looks so scary. I mean, Serpent Wars level 3. The assault falls off immediately here.
Seconds away. Demon Hunter again.
Oh my god.
Can he save him somehow?
Staff.
Or crit 188.
That's
The staff is ready, but he's ensnared. Demon Hunter dies. GG. Well played. With one of the very, very few aggressive plays by Soin. He takes the W. And what an important win that was. What a show. That applause is well deserved. Soin showing once again that he is a force to be reckoned with for everybody here at this tournament. But Starbuck, was that elimination already maybe with the second loss?
It's do or die against Lawlight for sure, I think. And yes, Soin's looking incredible, even though he lost that one map. Love the decision making. Even here at the end, like I mean, obviously I'm neither Orc or Night Elf, but I was like, I'm not sure if he should attack. Maybe he should just expo and let Starbuck starve. But maybe he could tell something was going to happen. He knows that Elf can move his tree over as well eventually. So he was like, let's just go. I'm 5/5, crit level 3, Serpent Wall level 3. And I think it was the right call to pull back as well when he had the Ankh. I wasn't sure. This is kind of how you throw games sometimes, right? You overextend trying to kill their expo, but he didn't make that mistake.
Nobody will underestimate Starbuck after this series, that's for sure. For sure, also not Lawlight. Lawlight is in a prime position with the Ws he took before. Also, Soin now with some big wins after losing the initial match versus Lawlight. So they are going toe-to-toe towards the playoffs tomorrow. And yeah, Starbuck, he has to win the game against Lawlight. But man, Arcadia people, you got yourself a hell of a show. Can I get a round of applause for Remo and Soin?
Well deserved, Soin, just like the peon that got that kill there against the Archer. Very nice. The second win for you on the stage.
Yeah.
4 points now, important for the group stage. Crazy game. You played against his random. You expected his random. First game, you play Blade Master. You see he's playing Crypt Lord, fast expansion. Not normally what you want to see. What were you thinking then?
I watched his race was random Undead. I can think about that. He will use crit roll, and I checked his inventory. He sells TP or not. He sells that, so I can think about his fast expo, and I can do blah 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 like that. I was okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And you played it very well indeed. Most orcs against random play Farseer, Headhunter. You play Blade Master. Why do you play it different?
Map by map, I can choose a Blade Master or a Farseer, but his if he be selected by Orc, he will use Farseer. Then Farseer versus Farseer. I didn't have confidence about Farseer versus Farseer versus him, so I have to choose a Blade Master. Yeah.
Okay. Now, that was the third game for you in the group. You have 2 more. Out of all the players here, who would you like to play against the most? Not just in your group, but in general. Who would you like to play against the most?
So, but already played with him. Another player.
Happy, maybe?
No.
But you beat him before. War3 Champions Finals.
It
Yeah.
was It was miracle, I think. And then I lose and lose again with him. And so it was a miracle, I think. And the miracle is the once. Yeah.
Soin, humble as always, but who knows how many miracles we will see from
Yeah.
you. Thank you very much, Soin, and this is where we give it back to the boys on the couch to get ready for our next game.